Edwin, my friend, welcome to the Phenomenal Business Coaching Podcast. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
It's been a long time. We talked about getting you on, and I'm glad you finally decided to come onto the podcast, talk about you, talk about your business, how you love to take care of your customers and what you do, which is different than what most people in the roofing industry do. And of course, I want to talk about our friend Howard Partridge from Phenomenal Business Coaching. Can we get all that in?
Absolutely.
I think so. Edwin Leid is his name, and Leid Construction is his game. You guys do a lot in the residential roofing business. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's our primary focus is the residential. We do a lot of re-roofing, a lot of new roofs for contractors and homeowners. Shingles anymore. People have the concept shingles aren't so great. You can buy some pretty good shingles these days. And also hidden fastener metal roofing. What we do with the hidden fastener metal roofing, what we found is with it being hidden fastener, seamless, in-housing all our own trims. So we bend our trims in-house, custom fit for each project. And that has been a time saver, and it certainly has improved our quality and matching the needs for custom fit roofing. That has certainly set us apart a lot.
Yeah. I've always liked the metal roof. I'm guessing it's more expensive, but I also know it lasts longer and it looks real good. And also, isn't it good for like snow and ice as well? Or am I wrong on that?
That's right. It can be. And that comes into insulation and ventilation problems. If it's not properly insulated or ventilated, you have ice damming problems, which metal, like any other roofing, but especially metal, I should say, is not made to hold water, but to shed water. So it's not all in the roof, and yet it makes a very great roof that can last a very long time if installed properly on the proper application. So,
yeah, like I said, really good looking roof. It goes on totally different. It's going to last pretty much a lifetime. They're like night and day. But I imagine most of the roofs you do are probably traditional asphalt shingle, or am I wrong?
well, it's probably very close to like a 50%. And I know that makes a difference in the part of in the country you're in. We have a lot of metal roofing in our area, so it's a very, very large demand for that type of roofing. And like you said, there's a lot of options. A metal roof is a very clean roof. A lot of color options to choose from as well. So, if you can choose from 18 or 25 colors and different textures, that certainly you can get that curb appeal on your home with that perfect color match and texture.
Absolutely. And that's really baked on at factory paint, right? So that's going to last a very long time.
Absolutely.
And that's what you really want, because you really don't want to paint that roof. I would imagine if push comes to shove at some point, the roof could be painted if properly prepped.
Yes, I do think it can be painted. There might be people that do painting. However, on a house, it's not recommended, and I don't think it's done very often. By the time your paint fades to the point you would possibly consider putting a new layer of paint on, it might be a better option just to put a new roof on, because you have other parts in there that are possibly deteriorating or seeing its better days.
Yeah. You know what I love about you guys is you guys are not a company that just wants to go in, get the job done, get out fast, leave things like fasteners on the ground and, leave it a mess. You are a family type organization. I know you, so I know the company that you're running is a good company, a community company. You guys have Christian values. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. And that's one of the main reasons that we do what we do and what sets us apart. And those values, it's all of what we do. It's the way we take care of our team. It's the way we take care of our customers. The equipment we use makes our workload much easier, much faster and safer for our team, and also taking care of the landscape around the homes. They have shrubs, many other lawn ornaments, and working around those things it's their pride, it's their life, it's what they identify with. So taking care of what they have and what they value is a big thing for us.
No, it's very important. You got to take care of people, take care of their property, their dreams, their life. The home is so important to people. It's generally their largest investment, and it should be where their heart is. They say home is where the heart is, right? So it's really important. That's where the family gathers. Howard Partridge, Inner Circle. Let's talk about Howard and his team and the community at Phenomenal. How long have you been on board with Phenomenal?
It's been 1 year and 3/4.
What makes Howard, the coaching, the conferences, how does that make you better and your company better to serve your customer better?
I don't know if I should call it a law of life, but it is. You cannot give what you do not have. And that is one of the largest things that fuels me, is that constant input of the good values and also systems. It's the way we take care of people. It's a process we can repeat. And going to the conferences, being inspired, and having that consistent input has certainly changed my life. And not only in business, but also in family life. It's the things we value. So it's been a very good journey, very interesting journey. I can certainly say that profits have been a lot better. A small part of what we do, and time with family, systems, doing things, having it in place where we don't need to make all the parts move, so we can do the things we love to do.
Yeah, it's so important to get with an organization and the proper coach for your business. A lot of small business owners think they have it all figured out. They're a slave to the business often. They're not making enough money. Sometimes they're not making any money. They're working themselves to a nub of themselves, and it causes problems at home. Sometimes people get divorced over it. They're bankrupt. They don't see their kids. They may as well get a job in many cases. But what Howard and the team of Phenomenal do is they bring everyone together, and there's such a sense of community. You've got people who you can bounce things off of. I met you there, so now we can talk about things that can help both you and me, as well as the one-on-one coaching you get, which really is important. I think it's important in all aspects of life, and it's not just business coaching. Really, it is kind of life coaching. I mean, yes, it's for business, but there's so much life coaching in there. Can you touch upon that, how it's really helped your personal life too?
Yes, very much so. And a lot of it is leadership and self-development, and being able to have that input and then teaching it, training the team, repeating the process. It becomes a part of you. Once you teach it, it grows on you in a way that it doesn't if you just hear it. So relationships have improved a lot by understanding the way people communicate. We've learned a lot about DISC, and people have different personalities, and it's key in selling. It's key in the relationship on our team. It's key in marriage. And that's one thing that really has changed for me, is the way I relate to people and understanding not only them, but also myself, the way people read me and what they're hearing. So all with that said, having time to do the things I like to do is one of the most valuable things.
Sure.
I have time to read. I have time to invest in other things that take me where I want to go.
No, that's awesome. To be able to live your life and not be that slave to the business. And I think a lot of people think that's the way it needs to be. Some people, may say the same thing about marriage. Well, it started off fine, but now we're just kind of like, we're roommates for the next 30, 40 years, and that's just the way it's going to be. Shouldn't have to be, right? Everything should be as good as it can be.
Right.
Mental, physical health, the business, relationships. And that's one thing I love about Howard and everyone at Phenomenal is it's a very positive environment. It's a great community, all kinds of great speakers coming in to talk about things that we wouldn't have exposure to unless we were at the conference, and the regular, coaching. And I think it is phenomenal, as Howard says.
That's right.
On that note, go ahead.
I like how you pointed out, people see what people do what people see. And being in this community, seeing what people have done and are doing means a lot to me. And having that input changes the way you do things. And it can be on marriage, it can be in business. It's normal to be a slave to your business. It's normal to burn the candle at both ends, if you please. But it's not the way it needs to be.
I would agree with that because today normal is chaos.
Right.
It's people who aren't in the same condition as they used to be. When I was a young child, people weren't as heavy as they are today. They spent more time doing things that were more organic or natural. A lot of us are using technology today that we didn't have, and I'm convinced chiropractors and the hearing aid people are going to do really well because people have stuff in their ears. They got their head down. People are walking into traffic, literally. They're not communicating the way we were meant to, which is in a tribe, like Howard's tribe, right? The group, the community. And so it's important to get back to basics. And when I see you at these conferences and see everybody else, it's really getting back to the way it should be. People coming together and learning from each other, teaching each other, getting inspiration from each other.
Yes, it makes it possible for us to live a life of significance, and it's what we're designed for. And the relationship with each other going to these places certainly is key.
I agree. Edwin, thank you so much for your time today here on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Jim, it was an honor to be with you for a little bit. Great to see you.